I used to look at pictures of myself and feel off, like something about me just wasn't right. I didn't come up with that on my own. I was taught it. I learned it from the media. Every day we're shown what we're supposed to look like. Perfect bodies, perfect faces, no flaws. Well, it's not real. It's filtered, edited, and curated. We as humans constantly compare our real lives to something that literally doesn't exist, and it messes with how we see ourselves. Last semester, I was able to create a research poster using data from the GSS looking at popularity in relation to mental health. And we can see the Gen Z demographic who viewed popularity as important had an average of 7.75 days of poor mental health in a 30-day span, as opposed to 4.48 days to those who did not. That is a massive difference. Media is constantly pushing the idea that validation and appearance are everything. So it's not just affecting how we look, it's affecting how we feel. Lately, however, that message has sort of been flipped. Instead of "you're not good enough," we're now hearing, "oh, weight doesn't determine your health," or "it's my body, why do you care?" Denying facts doesn't help people. It harms them. The whole idea of body positivity is everywhere in media right now. There's a video that Jubilee recently posted, and it pitted fitness expert Jillian Michaels against 20 body positivity activists, and I want to show this short clip from it.
The idea that fat-bodied people are inherently unhealthy is, I believe, incorrect.
You're wrong.
No, I'm not wrong.
There's a robust amount of data.
I'm not wrong.
Okay, so
you can't look at a person's body and tell whether or not tell their health status.
Now, I don't agree with everything Jillian says in this entire video, but the fact that this random lady is trying to argue that being overweight isn't unhealthy is absurd. I don't even have to pull up data for you to know that being obese is unhealthy. And denying that isn't being nice, it's not being compassionate, it's dangerous. I will say, I actually agree with what the activist says at the end. You can't always look at someone's body and determine their health. That much is true, but that doesn't mean weight has no relationship to health. There's a difference between don't judge someone by appearance and weight doesn't affect health. Those are wildly different claims. But when media blurs that line, people start believing things that aren't supported by evidence. According to the CDC, over 40% of adults in the US are obese. Obesity is linked to heart disease, strokes, high blood pressure, even a lot of forms of cancer. Those are some of the leading causes of death, and that's not an opinion, it's just reality. And pretending that correlation doesn't exist helps no one, and it makes the problem worse. That's where the idea of personal responsibility comes in. In the book, Potter says how media literacy requires us to take ownership of our choices. In chapter 15, it briefly talks about personal responsibility. And in reference to weight, Potter says, "Many people are that weak. Are you one of them?" It sounds a bit harsh, but it's meant to challenge us. Media literacy isn't just recognizing messages, it's deciding whether or not we let them control us and what we do. Some people say, "Why should anyone care about my body?" Because we care when someone is hurting. If we believe that we're all children of God, then people matter. Their health matters and their future matters. Caring isn't judgment, it's compassion. And when media tells us to ignore reality just to stay comfortable, that's not kindness, that's complacency. So everyone having perfect bodies online, not real. The damage caused by comparison and misinfo, very real. Media literacy, I'll end with this, it means thinking critically. It's rejecting things that harm us, even if they sound comforting. It's taking responsibility. Real confidence does not come from complacency or pretending. It comes from acknowledging where you are and choosing to become better. That's loving yourself.